Well, I have a very interesting flashlight here that I want to talk about. I had a viewer send this to me just to try it out. This is a video recording flashlight from AMO. This is my best guess on that, how to pronounce that. So let's take a look at this thing. This is basically a flashlight system that integrates a camera inside of the head. Okay, so we have a 1080p true HD camera. Alright, surrounded by 6 LEDs. This flashlight, this particular model, which is the ATFL1201, because there's a few different models here that the company offers. This one is offering a 1080p output, 1200 lumens on the flashlight, and this particular one runs on 4D batteries. They do make smaller ones. They make these in 1080p. They also have 720 models that are available that are a little bit cheaper. And they have ones that are non-waterproof as well as ones that are water submergible, okay, which means you can, dive with them and all kinds of stuff, which is pretty cool. This one's not the waterproof one. This is the 1080p running on 4D cell batteries. I saw one of them on Amazon that runs on a lithium that's much, much smaller because this thing is huge. Very, very hefty. All right, put this together in a second here, but you can just see this is a massive flashlight, okay? It's probably a little bit bigger than like a, actually, I know it's a little bit bigger than a mag light, like a 4D mag light. But pretty interesting, pretty cool. But the other place I saw these for sale actually a long time ago was B&H Photo. I never thought anything of it until the viewer sent me one, and then of course I started playing around with it, so I just want to talk about it a little bit in this video. So this does have both recording functions as well as photos, so you can take photos with it. And it's kind of geared towards a security standpoint. So basically you're using a flashlight, but you're recording video footage while you're using it. So if you're, say, a security guard or something, this would be cool for the company, maybe for insurance purposes, maybe just for, like I said, security, or for me, curiosity. I don't have a security need per se. I love, watching wildlife and stuff. If I happen to see a bear outside in the middle of the night, it'd be cool to shine a flashlight on it, get some footage for you guys. That'd be pretty cool. You know what I mean? So there's a bunch of different uses for this, but for me, it's a lot of novelty. I don't have a specific need for it. But this comes with 2 different straps. All right, 2, I should say, rubber pieces that allow you to put on the large strap that comes with it, which I didn't bother doing. But you can do that, different carry option, which is pretty cool. But let me take this out of the packaging, get that out of the way so we can talk more about the light. Of course, this comes with a charging cable, which also you can use to transport the data to your computer via regular USB, which is pretty nice. All right, so let's get that out of the way. Take a better look at this flashlight. So again, this is running on 4D batteries. All right, pop that open, just regular alkalines, okay, in unison. There's 4 of them in there. Like I said, there are other models that use lithiums that are much, much smaller. I'm not sure if they started with the D cells and decided that they could do a much smaller unit because it is so big and hefty. I don't know the weight on here. It probably weighs 1.5 pounds easily. But let's take a look at the business end here. Nice to have a rubber housing on the outside, so if you do drop it, it's a little bit impact resistant. And again, there's those 6 LEDs. Okay. Because of this setup, I did do a little bit of a test footage, which you'll see probably at the end of the video. You do have a wide angle lens on this, all right? And on the side, which is pretty interesting, is, pop this off, here's your viewing screen. So there's actually an LCD screen, okay, that gives you a live view. So let's connect these two. I'll show you what that looks like. So it's nice to see what you're actually filming while you're filming it. All right, there's other camera flashlights on the market, which basically you're filming, but you have to look at it later. All right, so we hold down our play button. So we give a welcome screen, welcome. And there you go, there's a live shot. Right now we're looking upright. Turn the flashlight on. There's many modes, which I'll show you in a second here. But of course you can scroll through here. I really only play with the video. I didn't even look at the photo function. But I mean, it's really, really interesting. This piece right here, I'm actually gonna take this back apart, talk about it, 'cause it's a little bit easier. This piece on the front, I didn't find to be a big problem, but I can imagine with lots and lots of use, this would get loose. I mean, this covers your viewing screen if you don't want to use it, but it only hangs in there with a little bit of pressure from these rubber tabs. All right, so although it kind of, you know, sits in place there, I mean, I don't know, I don't trust it for like daily use. Eventually I could see that popping off when you don't want to. You know, I mean, it's cool. I would have liked to see maybe some kind of an actual snap, you know, like let's say the back of your remote control, where you have that, you know, panel that covers your batteries, where it actually, you know, pivots in and then snaps shut. I'd like to see a more permanent solution to this than a rubber cover. But, you know, whatever, not a huge deal, just something I happen to think of. As far as the screen itself, it's a 1.5-inch viewing screen, all right, and it's a 120-degree wide-angle lens, okay, on the camera itself. Actually, I got to put this back on because I want to show you the flashlight modes. You have a main button here. Okay, when you turn it on, we have our kind of low mode. I hit it again, it goes to high. Then we have a strobe, and then again, it's an SOS. All right, so the modes: low, high, strobe, and SOS. All right, let's take this back off. Now this is 1200 lumens. All right, and because of the LED setup here and those reflectors, you get basically no kind of haloing, no artifacts or anything. This is literally just a wall of light. There's basically very little throw and just all spill. And you'll see that in the video demo on this, which I actually liked a lot. Another cool feature that this has that I did not take advantage of or use is there's loop recording. So you can do 3-minute, 5-minute, or 10-minute loop intervals. So basically it's going to record, you know, for whatever setting it is, let's say 5 minutes. It'll record for 5 minutes, then it'll record for another 5 minutes over your original recording. Okay, kind of like some security cameras where if nothing exciting happens, you're not going to have hours and hours of all this dead footage. Okay, it's just going to keep deleting or recording over the original footage. It's nice because it saves space on your memory card. As far as memory cards, this takes up to a 32 gigabyte card. There's a little panel in the back here. All right, so you lift that up, and you can see there's your port to plug in your USB cable, and there's your little area to put in your micro SD card. Okay, important to note, this only takes micro SD cards. And my biggest issue with this, when I put this in here the first time, it's easy to get in there. It's literally impossible to get out because of its placement in here. You can't get your fingers in there in any way to get that out. Even if you have tiny fingers, I had to literally use a pair of tweezers. I'm sure if you use needle nose pliers or something, you can grab it, but I was afraid of crushing the card. So a pair of tweezers I needed to get that out. That was really the biggest downside to this. I didn't like that setup. So besides the issue I have with the memory card, and this panel I feel is not, you know, super secure on there. You know, other than that, I mean, it's pretty cool. It's definitely a novelty. It certainly has, you know, its uses, obviously. To me, it's a novelty. It's pretty cool. I like playing around with it, but I don't have a specific use. Now, this doesn't have mode memory, so it's on SOS right now. When I shut it off, turn it back on, it'll be on high. It'll just be on the next mode. Okay, so there's low. I shut it off, and I go to turn it back on. It's not going to be on low. It's going to be on, probably on strobe. And there you go. All right, so I don't like that it doesn't have, you know, memory mode function, but again, not the end of the world. All right, so my feelings on this flashlight overall, I think it's really cool. It's definitely not for everyone. I'll put it this way: if you're the guy that has a security system at his house, you know, if you're the guy that has cameras on your home, this is probably a product that you would purchase and you would love. But it's definitely not for everyone. The small lithium version was 240 bucks, I believe, for the 1080p version. I don't know what this D version goes for, but yeah, I mean, they're not cheap. They are expensive, but in the grand scheme of things, I mean, there's a small market for flashlights with cameras built into them. You will see at the end of the video, like I said, some footage. Now, keep in mind, when I took this footage, it was very misty out. It almost looks like it's raining or snowing. In person, I barely felt anything, but the camera really did pick up on the mist that was out there, okay? I do like the flashlight portion of it, even if it didn't have a camera integrated into it. 1200 lumens is very bright. It does give a nice big wall of light. You don't have to utilize the camera feature all the time. You could just use it like a flashlight, but you're probably not going to. If you're gonna get something like this, obviously you're gonna use that camera or the camcorder that's built in. I just think this is much better suited for professionals. I think that more cops should have stuff like this. Maybe not the big version because it's too heavy, but at least the lithium versions, you know. It would be really good to be on duty and actually capture on video what you're seeing with your flashlight. That would help immensely in different court cases, as well as, you know, different incidents that cops have. I also see this being very beneficial to maybe firemen. I don't know the heat rating of these, but maybe in some particular case, firemen could find a great use with these. Like I said, security guards, anything in the different professions. Perhaps if you are even like maybe a plumber, you know, if you obviously plumbers have flashlights, might be good to have video documentation of a specific problem that you're trying to fix or whatever. Obviously you can use your imagination as to how this would be helpful. But to me, I think it's much better suited for a professional environment as opposed to like an average consumer's product. You know what I mean? You're not gonna go into Walmart and buy the camera flashlight, you know? But if you have a specific need for it in a business or in the workplace, yeah, I can definitely see the benefits. I think it's really cool technology. So the last thing I want to mention is there is a built-in microphone, so there is audio, but it is very, very low. It's very comparable to like the GoPro with the full case on, so it's very, very muffled. I actually talked a little bit during this clip, but I was barely whispering because it was nighttime and I was walking around my house. I didn't want to make a bunch of noise for the neighbors. So if you use this in some kind of an incident, you would hear audio, but it would be very muffled. Okay, something to point out. The video quality is very good, audio sucks, okay? So yeah, that's pretty much it. So I'm gonna show you the video clip of what this looks like. You're gonna note that you do get a nice quality video and you get light all around it. You would think that because the camera's, you know, built in the center of all these different LEDs that you might get some kind of a flaring action where it's gonna be hard to see what you're recording, but I didn't get that at all. It actually recorded fairly nicely. So yeah, let me show you what that looks like right now.
Misty, which you can see here. Looks like it's raining. I'm looking in a little viewfinder. Certainly not. It's just misting out. Let's see here. Nice, perfectly even beam. Very cool as a flashlight. Regardless of the camera. Shot. Right now I'm probably, I don't know, 3 or 4 feet away from this wall here, but I mean it's perfectly lit. It's like it's daytime. So, you know, the flashlight quality itself, that's a whole separate issue, but just want to see what this camera is capable of as far as quality.
So there you go. There's the one clip that I actually kept. I did film a bunch with this flashlight. I think I'm going to probably post another video in the future doing a recording during the day to show you what it looks like without the flashlight on, just with natural light, because you will pick up a lot more, obviously, with the camera, as well as I might do another night clip without any kind of mist to give you a better understanding what it's going to look like, you know, on a clear night. But only if there's really a ton of interest. So let me know in the comments if you want to see more video footage with this camera flashlight. If not, I'll just skip it and move on with other stuff. But you guys let me know. So thanks for watching. Hope you guys have an awesome day, and I'll see you soon. Take care.